course, the dentist and her physician's assistant, whatever they call them, their little henchwoman there, they come in with this tray of tools like I'm in a muffler shop. She's working in my mouth, poking and scraping and jabbing and sticking all these things in there. And then when she's done, she said, I noticed a little bleeding in your gums. Have you noticed any bleeding recently? I said, how recently do you mean? Because everything was fine when I came in. Before you started stabbing me in the face. A little ice pick.
Your morning blitz begins now.
Yeah, let's get going on a Monday. High of 56 today, although a bit breezy at times. Mix of sun and clouds. Welcome to it. Hi, everybody. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Yeah, how was your weekend?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was cold.
It was pretty cold.
Yeah.
Kind of a...
How was it up in Detroit?
Same.
Same.
Yep, it was chilly.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to unexpectedly see my brother, which was nice.
Hey, very nice.
Did you love it? You're like, oh, you're in town?
That's
Thanks
great.
for letting me know. Yeah. So, Dick, what about you? Weekend good?
Yeah. You know, we wrapped up Severance, watched the final 2 episodes, and can I make one complaint?
Wait.
Well...
Is it a spoiler?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Because it's the entire show. Goose, you haven't seen the end, but I think you'll agree with me. Why does the show have to move so damn slow? Just everything they do is so drawn out. Scenes are so. It's like when somebody tells you something and they spend 3 minutes telling you, and you say, "Man, they could have said that in 15 seconds."
I think that's kind of the premise of the whole show.
It's like, why? It's just so long. Some of it drives me insane. That's all.
Kelly doesn't want to hear any clap. I love that show. Don't you talk about Severance that way?
It is. I love the show.
It is great.
I love the storytelling. I like the pacing. And that's just my opinion. Everybody's got an opinion. You didn't even like the first 5 episodes of the show, Goose.
It was just very frustrating.
Right.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any less frustrating.
No,
Well, like...
Although I will say the finale gave us some answers.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
It presented more questions.
Right.
But it did give us some answers.
I walked away more confused.
We're on episode 6. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 left.
Okay.
But I will tell you, like, one of the frustrating things was one of the episodes we just watched. I don't want to give it away, but at the end, something happens to the main character, and there's like a melding of the minds. And then the next episode is like this camping trip, and it has nothing to do with this big, huge ending they just had.
The
It's like,
Ortbo.
wait a minute.
It's the Ortbo.
Yeah, the outward bound retreats.
Milchick and his white...
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, I loved that episode, though. It was so good.
I figured we start off the week in a great way. I sent you both an email over the weekend.
Okay.
It's a TikTok video. If you want to see it, we actually just posted it on our Facebook page. Have you ever seen the like what elephant mouth looks like?
I never had before today.
There's a woman on TikTok, and I'm assuming she works with elephants, or a very specific elephant, and so she made this great video of feeding this elephant and talking about what elephants love to eat.
Yeah.
So go ahead and open the email, and if you've never been up close to an elephant mouth before, I would say unique, but it's not unique. That's the problem. I never knew an elephant mouth looked this way.
If you don't look at it with a dirty mind, you're just watching...
It's impossible.
You're just watching an elephant eat fruit, and it's cute.
You know how like they say they're running out of ideas in Hollywood, and they keep remaking movies and stuff? It's almost like God ran out of body parts and was just like, what do I have? Oh, give me that remember those female humans we made? Just give me that, throw it on the elephant. That is the great... What?
I'm watching him destroy a watermelon right now.
Yeah, he kills a watermelon. I love watching hippopotamuses eat. They just throw a pumpkin in their mouth. Yeah. And they're just like, crunch. So if you want to start your Monday off with the up-close view of a elephant's mouth, then
see, now you've ruined it for me. You've ruined elephants. Thank you very much.
I didn't go into it with a dirty mind. It just went there. does. You can't help it.
Well, you know what? I'm not in the habit of staring into women's body parts, so I guess maybe for me it's a different experience.
That would make sense. Yeah, we all come at life from different views, and so that would totally make sense. Absolutely. Yeah, if you want to see it, it's on our Blitz Facebook page right now. Let's get money started with Blitz Morning Trivia. Think, what you got for us today?
$25 to waterbeds and stuff if you're the first one to text in correctly at 99-700 the answer to the question. So Dave Grohl and Jack Black have gotten together a couple of times and collabed on music, and they have done it again, this time with a song called I Feel Alive, and it will be on the soundtrack to what movie? This new song from Jack Black and Dave Grohl, I Feel Alive, is on what movie soundtrack? Tell us first at 99-700. Score the gift card.
Your Blitz Morning Trivia answer today is what, Vic?
Well, we asked Jack Black and Dave Grohl have teamed up once again to do a new song called I Feel Alive, and it's from an upcoming live-action movie soundtrack, and we wanted to know what is the movie, and the answer is the Minecraft movie. That's what this song will be on.
I don't know anything about Minecraft except that it's a popular video game that kids started playing
with blocks.
Right.
Yeah, and then racking up a ton of money on their parents' credit card.
Yeah.
For like extra things.
How are they going to make a movie out of this?
I have no idea.
It's probably like the Lego movie, which ended up being amazing.
True.
I love the Lego movies.
Lego movies
They're
amazing.
So good.
In fact, the Lego Batman movie is probably the second best Batman movie ever made. I'm not kidding.
Great.
It's unbelievable.
The Lego movies are excellent, so maybe they'll do that with Minecraft.
Lobster Thermidor.
So I have just a little clip here of the song, but I think you have to take into account that it is for the Minecraft
video game
movie.
movie.
You got a little sense of humor maybe about it. I mean, it's Jack Black.
Right.
Loud, so here's a clip.
You know what? It has to turn out like the Lego movie because this is the rock version of Everything is Awesome. This is exactly Everything is Awesome. If you listen to the lyrics.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the cheesy Barbie movie stuff, too.
Yeah, that's kind of cheesy. That's the word. But Jack Black.
Yeah.
Jack Black.
We got it.
Dave Grohl on drums, so... Movie's out on April 4th.
Yeah, if you got kids, enjoy.
Yeah, I'm sure. Kelsey Mess from Williamsport. She was first one texting the correct answer, so she can go to Waterbeds and stuff and spend her $25.
Okay. Just a couple quick stories here. I mentioned we're going to start, Nora and I are going to start our house hunting coming up here shortly as we're getting ready for the family move up here. So we've been spending a lot of time on Zillow. I came across this. I might have to leave the show and move to Big Bear City, California, because they just posted on Zillow there is a new property in Lake Williams. They say it's a man cave tailored for dual-purpose enthusiasts, ham radio operator, and astronomer. This is a fully equipped observatory featuring a Meade telescope housed in a 10-foot rotating dome. This property has the dome.
Yeah.
That you see in all those movies where they find the asteroid coming and the guy's sitting in the chair and the whole thing is rotating.
That's so cool.
It's an observatory.
It's an actual observatory that you can sit there and watch the night sky. And then, of course, if you want to, if you do see the asteroid coming at Earth, you've got the ham radio.
Right.
The original version of communication, basically, where you can actually reach out to people.
Now, what's this going to set us back?
That's the question. What do you think for this?
Is it a Frank Lloyd Wright? That's what everybody loves.
It is not a Frank Lloyd Wright, but I'll tell you this: surprising for your own observatory. I was kind of shocked at the price. $485,000.
Wow!
Is there a kitchen?
Valid question. I was absolutely shocked. There's like an office space that looks like it's got 5 computers on it right now, up in the mountains. I mean, if you've always wanted, if you're a space enthusiast, there you go. Big Bear City, California. $485,000 for your own observatory.
Do you follow Zillow Gone Wild on Instagram?
I don't, but I have seen some of those pop up.
They just posted a log cabin in Columbus, Ohio. It's on Kanawha in Beachwold. I think that's where that is. But anyway, this thing is a wreck. This thing is a wreck. $100,000. I mean, that anywhere over in that area, you'll spend upwards of $500,000 for homes. But you can get this wreck of a log cabin for $100,000. Now, there you go. In a good neighborhood, it's a fixer-upper.
Right.
I found a place for you.
I appreciate that. Is that more of like a tear it down and start from the ground up again? Just buy the lot?
It might be. Let me just show you the frontage.
Was it a log cabin or a log home? Because log homes are awesome.
What is the friggin' difference?
It's a piece of crap is what it is.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing, it literally, you cannot light a match within a mile of this place or it'll go up.
Yeah, that wood is dried out for sure.
But it's
Good
cool.
luck with that.
I love log, what'd you call it? A log
home?
Is different from a log cabin?
Well, because the inside of a log cabin looks like the outside of a log cabin. The inside of a log home looks phenomenal.
Yeah, this is a log cabin.
Yeah, that's what it looked like when I came over with the picture.
So, not interested? This got a giant backyard.
No, I definitely don't. No, I don't want that. I don't want a giant backyard.
It's a giant backyard for the new dog you're getting for the boys.
No. The regular backyard is just fine. I don't want the yard work. And I don't want to pay someone to work on that big of a yard because then you're paying more.
But you said Nora loves to do the yard work.
She does, but that would be slightly insensitive to be like, look what I got you. Now go take care of it.
I tell you, the inside of this place, it looks like you stepped in 1950. I mean, wait. It looks like you stepped into something that hasn't been or hasn't been cleaned since 1950.
Right?
Yeah.
Look, the inside looks like 1850 is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wild.
Well,
$100,000, baby.
I don't know. We'll keep an eye out.
It's
987 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, first story. Let's just put out a disclaimer. We are not a political show. We don't talk about politics. We have no desire to talk about politics. Believe what you want to believe. But I find this very entertaining because the White House has just released a sales packet going out to corporations because they are looking for sponsorships for the Easter egg roll.
Oh, okay.
Anywhere between $75,000 and $200,000 with the promise of logos and branding opportunities at the White House Easter egg roll.
Like a hot tip if you're an advertiser, I always hear about an Easter egg roll, but I've never, ever seen one. So...
The White House one or anyone whatsoever?
The White House one.
Oh, you haven't seen clips of it online and stuff?
No.
Oh.
Never. I mean, I always hear that it's happening. Kind of like the turkey pardon. I hear it's happening. I never see it happen. So I guess for me and my money, I'm not paying to advertise it because who's watching this?
Well, here's the thing. Again, whatever side you're on. But there have been talks. Everyone keeps joking about the movie Idiocracy and how we just keep going more and more that way. And in the movie, like, people watching TV, your actual show is about the size of your iPhone and everything else is an advertisement.
Right.
You're just bombarded by advertisements everywhere.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have logos and sponsors on the Easter eggs? Like, where are you?
Oh, yeah. Where is there? Are they going to, like, maybe...
signage behind you?
Maybe,
the White House Easter egg roll brought to you by...
Yeah.
Ford? I don't know.
Maybe Eggland's Best gets their name mowed into the grass.
Well, that's the thing. The whatever egg community, the Egg Council, donates the eggs every year.
Okay.
And they have had, like, sponsors, if you will, before. But this is, it's another way for them to bring some money in. So,
well, they're going to use all the money for the White House Historical Association, which is a nonprofit.
Right.
You know.
It's just, So if you want to, if you own a business and you want to get in on it, feel free to do so. Let's see here. I wanted to talk about this man, a 20-year-old man from New Jersey, is suing United Airlines because he claims the pilot yanked him out of the bathroom for taking too long. It happened on January 28th while flying home from a trip to Mexico with a friend. Flight attendant actually woke up the guy's friend from a nap and told him, "Hey, can you go check on your friend? He's been in the bathroom for about 20 minutes. So the guy yelled through the door. He goes, I'm fine. If you got to know, I'm constipated. That's why I'm in here. So they left him alone. But then the pilot got involved about 10 minutes later.
What?
This guy was in there about 30 minutes.
Was there a line backing up? Is that why? Because nobody else could use the bathroom?
But there's other bathrooms on the plane.
Yeah.
You know, you can't help it if you happen to get constipated, which is kind of odd, because usually if you go to Mexico, it's the complete opposite. You've got no problem getting rid of stuff.
But I also feel like if you're constipated, just go back to your seat and hang on and, wait a little longer. Or is it maybe you're in so much pain,
like
you can't...
hoping it happens, yeah.
I mean, I'm not... this poor guy. Oh...
The pilot started screaming and demanding he come out immediately, and then finally the pilot broke the lock and opened the door. Now, here's the problem. The guy's pants were down around his ankles, everything on full display. He says the pilot, the flight attendants, and several passengers got a view of everything. He and his friend got handcuffed and escorted off the plane when it landed in Houston.
For being in the bathroom too long? What did they think was going on in there?
Somebody
thought something.
Yeah, somebody thought something.
They were hearing the grunting. They were hearing the...
What's he putting together in there?
What does Tom Arnold say in Austin Powers? Like, give that turd hell.
Airport cops put them in holding cells, but eventually released them without filing any charges. So now they're both suing, claiming they were treated unfairly. And the jury will decide if they're going to get paid or not.
I think they're going to get paid.
Think so?
If what they say is true.
I mean...
How could you prove otherwise? There are no cameras in there.
If you're flying from Mexico to New Jersey, that's a decent-sized plane. There's more than one bathroom on that plane.
But if passengers saw, then he has witnesses on top of that.
Right.
So if it's all true, I think, they're going to get paid.
Here's question number 2. Who puts their pants all the way down around their ankles anymore?
On the toilet? Yeah. Sitting on the toilet?
Yeah.
Sometimes they just fall there, right? I mean, I don't know.
You would think you're still hanging there above your knees.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This guy, maybe he needed a wide stance to really just press down because, man.
That's true. If you're trying to squatty potty it and get your legs up, try to work everything
you need
out.
the most freedom possible.
That's right. You got to open up that gate as wide as you can.
Buddy.
Final story coming out of Seacliff, New York. Have you ever been to the store in the snack aisle and seen Pirate's Booty?
Yes. I've had Pirate's Booty.
I've never heard of that.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's popcorn.
Yeah, it's like a flavored popcorn, right? It's sweet.
So good. But it's supposed to be a little healthier than...
Well, Robert Ehrlich is the inventor of Pirate's Booty, and he is staging a mutiny right now in a village in Long Island called Seacliff. He declared himself the mayor and tried to fire the entire staff of the area.
What?
And now the actual mayor is coming out and saying, yeah, that's not how any of this works. Take a listen.
I will be mayor tonight, and I'll be mayor tomorrow morning. I'm asking and imploring the governor to come down and give us help. We are abused, and we are threatened and frightened each day by these public officials who do not recognize the residents at all.
If he wants to be the mayor, at this point in the process is the only way that he can be on a ballot is to have residents write in his name. If people really want a new voice and they feel that he's their guy, then go vote. It's a free and open election.
You can't just walk in and say, I'm the mayor.
What?
But also, if you're making Pirate Booty, I think you're a pretty good guy. So you have my vote.
Okay, that's fine. Get your name written in on the ballot.
What?
And on top of that, if you're doing an interview at a very important news story, make sure that the landscapers turn their equipment off first. Did you hear that?
Yes.
And the chainsaw and the leaf blower going like, excuse me.
Okay, this is like an oceanside community. This little... It's not little. It's a 2,000 square foot house, so it's not a little house. It's $1.5 million.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Expensive
it's Long
to
Island.
live there.
It's one of those. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One of those areas.
Oh, okay. It's Long Island. That makes sense.
And if you're the inventor of Pirate's Booty, I'm pretty sure you can afford, $2 million for a home. So, mutiny taking place in Long Island. That is your not so breaking news. Okay, look. We all have things that we're good at and things that we're not good at. And sometimes you practice or work on those things so you get better at those things. And if you're with someone, you might even enjoy what they're good at. You could probably name a few things that Charlie's good at, right, Kelly?
Guitar. He writes, he plays, he's excellent. I love it. And sometimes when he uses his headphones, I'm like, will you take your headphones out? I want to hear.
Okay.
Like, I love hearing him play. Yeah.
Thick? What's other good at? What's one thing?
Oh, she could figure out anything. She could solve any problem.
Okay.
She's just a wizard.
Okay. So, in that vein, I myself am a bit of a jokester.
Okay.
I like to write jokes. I like to have fun. I'm a kidder. I play around. I prank. That's what I do. So let's take a little trip back in time to Friday morning when we were sitting here doing the show.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a box shows up out of nowhere. Because Friday happened to be my birthday. And we get this weird delivery, no name, no nothing.
Just says for Goose.
For Goose.
That is it.
And it had some bags in it. I start ripping up the bags, and it's got tapioca pudding in it. It's got men's adult diapers. It's got Ben Gay. It's got Preparation H.
Yeah.
It had all of these things.
Anything an old dude would need.
Exactly. All these things related to being old. And, I happen to be in a relationship where I am 9 years and 7-8 months older than Nora.
So she say 10 years.
Right, 10 years. She gets to play the old man card.
Okay.
And as it turns out, she's the one who sent the box.
Yes.
Which, by the way, found out you guys were in on it.
We were.
Uh-huh. So she was playing a little jokey joke. Well, if you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Oh, no. What have you done?
So after the show, I called her because we got her on the air. We all had a good giggle. I got her on the air, and I go, how much money did you spend on this little prank? She goes, yeah, bring it back so we can return it to Kroger. We're not going to use any of that stuff. And I said, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sure thing. So on Saturday, we go into Kroger, and we got this stuff and put it on the counter, and the guy at the checkout counter was like, oh, you gotta bring all this stuff back. Okay. And I go, yeah, my fiance bought it for my uncle for his 60th birthday, but he died the day before. The guy's jaw goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And I go, yeah, she didn't really think it through. The family was really upset when we brought the gifts in, and he had just died, and so we decided to bring it all back. Nora's kicking me on the shin underneath the counter. She's like, shut up. I was like, no. You want to try and play a joke on me? I'm going to turn it all around right onto you.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
I do feel like it's a better excuse rather than we bought it as a joke, now give us our money back.
Oh, absolutely.
So I feel like it's more of a situation where they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Here's your money
and
back.
they get a little, they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh. But I'm telling you, and I've told her before. I've tried to tell her. Because here's my one downside is that I'm the guy that brings a gun to a knife fight. If you're going to come at me.
Yeah. Oh, both barrels.
I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I'm coming back wholeheartedly. That's just the way it's going to go. So just a little lesson that she had to learn. Sometimes you got to teach them lessons. So if you want to play a pranky prank, I'm fine with that. I'm coming right back at you. That's all there is to it. So just next time she reaches out, make sure you warn her. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, right.
Because you know what's going to happen.
That's right.
You know what's coming. Speaking of what's coming, we have got some great tickets to give away. If you want to go see Disturbed, we still got some tickets for the show left, and we're going to give to those two coming up here in 10 minutes. Hang on, 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Gahanna police looking for an elderly man who was reported missing yesterday. The family of 74-year-old James Earl Bing contacted them after they were unable to find him. He's described as black, 6 feet tall, bald, wearing a blue checkered fleece jacket and khaki pants. Former Yankees outfielder Brett Gardner's youngest son, Miller, has died at the age of 14. This is a strange story. Gardner and his wife, Jessica, made the announcement in a statement through the Yankees official team social media. Apparently, the family was on vacation, and they say several family members became sick, and that their son Miller passed away in his sleep this past Friday.
That's crazy.
It's really odd. I mean, they say they don't have any answers. They have a ton of questions. But, really, really sad story. Brett Gardner, by the way, played his entire 14-year career with the Yankees.
I'm assuming they're going to have to, obviously, look into why they were sick, and they're going to do an autopsy and see if there's a connection there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know if you're an Impractical Jokers fan, but Joe Gatto, who was one of the founding, he left the show in 2021, but he was one of the founding members of the show, the prank show. But anyway, Joe Gatto is now responding after a woman posted a sexual assault allegation against the 48-year-old comedian on TikTok last week. She claims that when she was 19 years old, he sexually assaulted her. She showed a ton of DMs between the two, and then a picture of really bad bruising on her butt that she said happened when he bit her.
Oh.
In a statement, Gatto said, quote, "I have used poor judgment, and as a result, I've violated the trust of the people I love most, but anyone who knows me at all knows full well that I would not assault anyone. Working on myself is an ongoing process, and I am now going to take some time away from the public eye to focus my energies where I need to." Now, like I said, he was a founding member of Impractical Jokers, but he did leave the show in 2021 when he said he and his wife are divorcing. So I don't know what's going on. Using poor judgment and saying you need to work on yourself. It sounds like he's admitting to some fault here.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like he absolutely had relations with this woman.
Yeah.
Whether it whatever stuff they're into.
Right.
But now
he won't admit to assault. Says
right.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting. If you're interested in seeing her TikTok, she's got all of it posted still to this day. Her name is @JoozyB, JOOZYB. If you're interested in seeing all the proof that she says she has, if you are a fan of Joe Gatto or Impractical Jokers. Anyway, those are your three things.
Yeah, Disturbed's going to be coming to the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati this Saturday. And if you want to go, we have got a pair of tickets for you. The Sickness 25th Anniversary Tour with Nothing More and Daughtry. 800-821-9970. Right now, if you want to play, we got a chance to win tickets. We're going to play Pop Culture Trivia.
Oh, I love it.
All right, so this is what I've done. I've brought up things in pop culture that revolve around obvious numbers. And I'm going to give you a little math equation. Fairly simple math. I know it's a Monday morning, kind of early.
It was my understanding there would be no math.
Well, unfortunately, this one is math related. But it's pretty easy to win. If you know anything about pop culture, if you've been alive and in the ethos for any amount of time, you should know what these numbers are and should be able to figure out the math problems. 800-821-9970. Let's get a contestant. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Steve.
Steve?
Yep, Steve.
All right, Steve. Disturbed this Saturday in Cincinnati. You could go. We're going to play pop culture trivia. Put on your thinking cap. Are you ready, Steve? You can turn your radio down for me. That'd be great.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Okay, Steve. Here we go. You'll figure out the game super quick. So, first question. The number of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plus the number of kids on the Brady Bunch equals what?
10.
That is correct answer. Very good. See?
All right, Steve.
Super simple game. Super simple game. Second question, Steve. The name of Pearl Jam's debut album minus the number of members of the Beatles.
7.
Oh, not quite. No. Kelly, do you know the answer to the name?
6.
Yes. 10, of course, was Pearl Jam's debut album minus the number of the Beatles, which is 4, which equals 6. All right, Steve, let's give you another chance. The name of the main character in Stranger Things times the number of Back to the Future movies.
33.
That is correct.
There you go. Nice.
Steve, all over it. Final question, Steve, for the win. Here we go. The number of top friends you could have on Facebook plus the age of Steve Carell's character when he finally loses his virginity in the 2005 movie.
40.
Oh, quite. Thick, do you have a guess? The number of top friends you could have on Facebook, plus the age of Steve Carell's character when he finally loses his virginity in the 2005 movie.
45.
No, plus 5,000 are the friends you can have, plus
top
40
friends.
Top friends.
Yeah, isn't it
on
5?
Facebook?
Did I say Facebook?
You mean MySpace?
MySpace.
It's 5, right?
No, it is not.
Oh, it's
I
not.
meant MySpace. I
Is it
typed
20?
Facebook. Nope.
What is it? I can't remember Facebook.
It's not 5?
No.
Oh.
40 is correct. 40 is the 40-year-old virgin. Top 8. You can have your top 8. Yep.
Man.
But you know what? I said Facebook. I typed it wrong. I screwed it up. Steve, we'll give you tickets anyways to go see Disturbed. So you got to plan a little road trip this Saturday down to Cincinnati Heritage Bank Center, and you are going to see the 25th anniversary of the Sickness Tour, plus Nothing More in Daughtry there as well. So
What a show.
Enjoy and have a good time. Okay, Steve?
All right.
All right, hang on one second. Yeah, your top 8 was what you could have on
8,
MySpace.
okay.
MySpace, yeah. I'm not going to lie. I miss a little MySpace when you could change your skin, you could change your background.
Yeah, and you could like really mess with your friends in your top 8. Like who got bumped down to number 7?
That was
number
a
1.
big
Yes.
deal.
Yeah.
That was a huge deal
It
if
was like
someone got
low-key
bumped down.
bullying.
Yeah, absolutely. If someone got kicked out of the top 8, you could load up a song, so when your MySpace page loaded up, the song would start playing.
Yes.
I don't know. I kind of think MySpace is greater than Facebook.
Is it still operating? Somebody bought it, but I can't remember.
It was a
Was
few
it like
years
Justin
ago.
Timberlake? Didn't somebody like that buy it?
I don't know if it was Justin Timberlake, but
can't
I
remember
know
who
a
it
few
was.
years ago they tried to do like a little resurgence that didn't take off.
Yeah. Okay.
Where's Tom?
Where's
Yeah.
I want to know where Tom is.
Right.
What's he up to now? There you go. It's 99.7 The Blitz. So, if you're in the dating world, I assume that all of us have, I don't necessarily write it down, but certain characteristics that you're looking for in your partner. And some things may be more important to you than other things. And, what are you willing to compromise on, or what are you willing to kind of give into? Because this is so good, I guess I can let this slide. Can you think of a quality that you remember looking for as like, this person has to have this, Kelly?
Yeah, beyond being attracted to someone, they need to have this. I have to have somebody with a good sense of humor. Like, we have to have a similar sense of humor, that we will laugh at the same things, we can joke about the same things, and that definitely was Charlie.
Good sense of humor is relative, but the same sense of humor.
The same sense of humor.
Yes.
We find the same things hilarious.
Yep.
And we laugh all day.
Yeah,
Every day.
yep.
We're laughing.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you think of another one? Obviously, I think a lot of people will put sense of humor up there. Can you think of something else that mattered to you when you were in the dating world?
Yeah, I like similar taste in pop culture. Music, movies, TV. I mean, you're going to spend a lot of time with that stuff over the years.
Okay.
So, and I think that goes along with the sense of humor, with what you like.
Right, watching the same comedy, or if you're going to laugh at the same stuff.
The
Yeah,
music,
for sure.
too. I'm, obviously I'm a music junkie, so.
Well, I was very shocked that in a recent survey by Newsweek, Millenials put good sex, like, almost all the way at the top. Like, 86% of Millennials said good sex matters. 72% said hobbies matter, similar hobbies. And 60% said taste in TV. And then it just goes lower than that. 39% said similar lifestyles. And 24% said political views, which is mind-blowing to me.
That feels like that would rank higher, though, honestly.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you're talking about a younger group here.
Yes.
Who think about sex all the time.
Yeah, that's your age. Yeah, your age range.
And-
You're thinking about sex always, and you don't care about anything else.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a matter of them. When you ask them that question, they're not thinking, well, are they left wing or are they right wing? They just don't care about politics, most of them
In general.
So it's not on top of mind.
And don't get me wrong, the two biggest arguments in a relationship are sex and money. It's a big deal.
Absolutely.
And you want to be with someone you are compatible with. I've said for a long time, there are two things you absolutely must do before you commit to someone. You have to sleep with them, and you have to sleep with them. And those are two completely different things. Right. You have to see if you're compatible in that area, and you got to sleep next to them in bed, because that's another big deal. That'll break up some relationships if you're not compatible to sleep next to each other. I'm just shocked that it ranks so high on the list when it comes to a relationship. Because I don't know if that would cross my mind like right off the bat. It's like that's something we can kind of work on. You know, if you're in a committed relationship, you would think you would have open communication. You'd be able to talk about things.
Got to.
And if that's something that needs to be worked on, that you would be comfortable enough with that person to be able to say, hey, not that this isn't working, but can we do this, or can we try this, or just have those open lines of communication.
Yeah, but I think you need time in a relationship to figure out what each other, what works, I guess I should say. What each other's into. You can't know that right off the bat.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
And Cassandra texted in and brought something up very interesting. The oldest millennials are actually in their 40s now. Not that young.
Wow, that's true.
That's hard. That's interesting to think about, that they're actually already in their low 40s. That's unbelievable. That just hit me the same way the first time I walked into a store and I saw the sign behind the counter that said, you must be born after the year 2000 to buy alcohol. And I was like, 2000?
Aren't you like 4?
Are you right? That can't be right. 2000. And now it's all the way up to what? 2004? 3 or 2004 now? Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
That's nuts.
So if you're in the younger group, just know that, sex is important.
I would say you spend more time being together in ways that aren't sexual.
Yes.
Like you really have to like each other. You have to be having fun together. You have to be laughing together. That to me is far more important.
I would say the same thing in that.
I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying what's more important is that you enjoy being with the person when you're not having sex.
Yeah. Because like you said, there's going to be a lot more time spent. Yeah. Those 10, 15 minute, 20 whatever excursions you have are not going to carry through your entire relationship. That will change.
Right.
So look at other qualities that matter to you. Other than that, just putting it out there. 99.7 The Blitz.
Your rock station, 99.7 The Blitz.
All right, coming up next, very simple question. 800-821-9970 or 99-700. What ruined the party? Can you think of a get-together, anniversary, wedding, birthday, backyard barbecue, and all of a sudden one thing happened? It was ruined. Because there could be a lot of different reasons a party gets ruined. We'll get into that coming up about 6 minutes. 99.7 The Blitz. All right, a very simple question to answer this morning. What ruined the party? You're having a get-together. Could be a wedding, could be a birthday party, could be an anniversary, could be a 4th of July barbecue with friends. But something went awry. Something happened. Party's over. I think we've been in that situation before. I was a senior in high school, and where we lived at the time, in the condo, you walked in the front door, and that was like the foyer, and the door to the garage was right there. But you had to go upstairs to get to the living room, the kitchen, kind of the living. But then there was a basement, so you went downstairs in the basement. So there was like a good 2-floor separation where my bedroom was in the basement versus my parents' room. So we used to have the parties at my house because we could all fit in the basement. Wasn't a lot of noise disturbance. But one of the parties in which there was some alcohol involved, and one of the younger brother to my best friend had a little too much, roamed outside, police were called, just that whole high school party thing. Once the police shows up,
yep,
kind of the party's over.
Yeah.
Yep.
800-821-9970 or 99-700. We'd love for you to give us a call and let us know What ruined the party? Kelly, can you think of a party that was ruined?
Almost similar experience. High school, senior, some big, huge house parties. I think somebody rented a house or something. I can't remember. I went to Catholic school, and they kept sort of a tight leash on people there. But at this particular party, one of my classmates, she drank so much and she was so wasted. They just put her in a bathtub, a dry bathtub, to sort of sleep it off, but her heart rate got down to maybe 9 beats a minute.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
No, this girl was almost dead by the time somebody finally called a squad and got her out of there. And then we were banned at DeSales High School, banned from having or attending parties for the rest of our senior year, which you can do in Catholic high school. The principal can do that.
They went full footloose on you.
Full footloose, absolutely no parties for the rest of our senior year. And if you did, you were absolutely guaranteed to get kicked out to public school.
Brad says, we were at a house party. Everyone was drinking. My buddy starts talking about how he can smash an empty bottle of Jack over his head. So sure enough, he smashed an empty bottle, and for a second we were all stunned. Then we were like, hell yeah. And then the blood started running down his head.
Okay.
Party was over. We ended up in the ER.
Yes.
800-821-9970. We'd love to hear from you. What ruined the party? The Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Josh.
Josh, what ruined the party?
At my wedding, my wife's uncle, I don't even claim the guy, looked at all of her bridesmaids and goes, if you pull it hard enough one time, you can finish. Half the guests left.
Oh, what? You can't be saying that at a wedding. That's ew. That's just straight creep.
Yeah.
That's ick. Yeah, that's the ick for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, Josh.
Every great party that ended badly and that I remember ended because of a fight. I mean, like a knockdown, drag-out fist fight. I remember one specifically where we were on a balcony and the two guys in the fight went over the balcony.
Oh.
They didn't get hurt.
Man.
I mean, it was 2 stories, but no, onto cement. Did not get hurt.
Blitz, good morning. Who's this? Oh, wait, you're going to go call and then hang up on us.
Cold feet.
800-821-9970 or 99700. We want to hear from you and tell us that story. What ruined the party? 99.7 The Blitz. Simple question. What ruined the party? Max texting, one of my friends got married, and at the reception, her raging alcoholic father kept asking people to punch him in the face. Everyone tried to ignore him, but then her husband obliged his request, and he was dragged out unconscious.
Well, you got what you asked for.
At some point, you're going to get what you asked for. Chuck, good morning, Chuck.
Good morning.
Chuck, what ruined the party?
Well, it's a sad and tragic story, but back when I was in high school, 30-some years ago, I went to a family reunion with one of my best friends in high school. We were all out there. It happened to be his aunt and uncle's 50th wedding anniversary also. They were celebrating all at one time. And there was 100 people there or better, but it was out in the country, so, imagine the setting down in southern Ohio. But so they had a bunch of family members out playing like a pickup game of softball out in the field, and one of my buddy's little cousins, 9, 10, 11 years old, I can't remember how old he was exactly, but young, they were out there playing, and he took off running for a ball or something during the game and had tripped in the field. And when he did, the way he came down ended up breaking his neck or something. And laid there and died with his whole thing.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was the most terrible thing. I mean, we were so far out in the country that it seemed like forever for paramedics, ambulance, or whatever to get there. And when they finally got there and they were trying to revive him, I remember them they were in the ambulance. We were all just sitting around the ambulance, sat there for 15, 20 minutes, it seemed like, trying to revive him. And
yep, that's about awful. Okay.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That is a terrible, terrible story. Thank you for
that has stuck with me all my whole life.
I believe it. That really doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That doesn't go anywhere. Well, Chuck, thanks for the call on a Monday. That would ruin the party.
Any party.
Peggy on line 3. Peggy, good morning. Peggy, you there?
Morning.
Hi, Peggy. What ruined the party, Peggy? Is it a little bit more of a pick-me-up than Chuck's story?
Well, It's not as bad as Chuck's
Okay,
story.
what ruined the party?
Along the same line. Okay, so I grew up in north side of Sacramento, and I was it was like 78. I was like a senior. Went over to a party with a friend of mine. And this guy was a friend. He was graduated, probably in his mid to late 20s. And she was really stoked about going, and I'm like, okay, it's Friday night. And so we go in, and we're in an upstairs apartment, clear at the end of the building. And we were there all of maybe, I don't know, half an hour. There was this guy standing in the corner in the dining room of this apartment. And every fiber of my being told me to get the hell out of there because there was something really off about this guy. He literally made the hair on your body just stand up.
And what did he do?
Okay, I went in the kitchen, asked the guy whose party we were at, I said, do you happen to know who that dude is in there? He's kind of creepy. And he's like, oh, he's just a guy I met, in the laundry room or taking out trash or something. And I said, well, I told my friend Nina, I said, go to the restroom with me. So I told her, I said, man, I got to get out of here. I do not feel right.
You got to cut to the chase. What happened?
What did he do?
Well, there had been a series of murders in around North Island, Citrus Heights.
What?
And some of the people that had been murdered, we actually knew or had relations. We knew people that knew these guys. And I actually went to church with a couple, and their 22-month-old son was a victim.
So, Peggy, you're telling me this was the guy?
Well, we left. She wasn't happy, and we told the dude whose party we were at, it's like, dude, we don't know who this guy is. He's kind of creepy. So we asked him, it's like, man, we're out. Just make sure you keep him in here for at least 10 minutes while we get to the car and get the hell out of here. So she was mad. She dropped me off.
Peggy, was this the guy? You're killing me. Was this the guy?
No. Yeah. 6 months later, I was getting ready to eat dinner, and the news came on, and they're like, we finally got arrested, the vampire killers, murders. Same apartment building, different apartment. Shows this detective walking out with a big box with a big butcher knife on top of it, and that dude in handcuffs.
And that was the guy.
Oh, man.
We got to it. It was the guy in the corner.
It was the guy, but if you guys Google this dude, his name was Richard Trenton Chase. And he was...
Will the news article be shorter than this story?
I don't have to Google it. I got the entire story.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it, Peggy. I'm glad you escaped
wild.
the vampire murder.
That is
Absolutely.
freaky. That is very freaky.
Thank you so much for the call.
Oh, I'm looking
Peggy.
at him right now. Oh, scary.
Chaz, good morning.
Good morning.
Chaz, what ruined the party?
Well, so my stories don't really compare to those.
That's all right. Just tell me somebody got drunk and fell down.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we was in high school. We used to go to the college parties at Ohio State, and I used to always try to be the tough guy and get all drunk and act like an asshole. Well, one time, I got my ass kicked real good, and stop doing that.
That'll ruin the party, just like that. No, all right.
My friend, he said he never wanted to take me nowhere. I'm like, well, why? I don't get it. Why? But I get it.
Self-realization. That's an important part of life. Self-realization. Shaz, thank you for the call so much. Nick says when I was 15, my mom threw a party, and me and my friends were acting like we were in the WWE until I ended up breaking my friend's forearm and the bone came out.
Oh,
that ended the party.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it real quick.
Jennifer said a horse died in her backyard during a party.
Oh, yeah, that will ruin the party.
A little kid's party and the pony drops dead.
Oh, no.
Just like a fainting goat. The legs go straight and it just falls over. You've got one. 800-821-9970. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
George Foreman is dead. That was so sad to see that. It was 76.
Yeah,
That's
it was
not old
sad to
enough.
see. Yeah.
That's not old enough to die. His family announced he passed away peacefully on Friday at the age of 76, surrounded by loved ones. Foreman was, of course, a two-time heavyweight champion and a gold medal Olympian.
But they did have a specially designed coffin for him, so all the fat is just going to slide off.
Oh. Gotcha. Yeah.
The grill.
Thank you, Vic. Thank you. Kelly goes,
What? Trying to see how does this work? Segway is recalling about 220,000 of its scooters sold across Who's buying Segways? Does anybody listening, anybody who is hearing me right now, do you have a Segway? I need to know. Now, they have the cool ones that are you stand up on it and you can do your 180 and all that. But they also have the regular scooters. They're regular scooter looking scooters.
Right.
All right. Those are the ones being recalled. Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Segways are different. Segways are the big two-wheel, stand up straight,
right,
lean forward.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then there's scooters. So we're not talking Segways.
We are talking Segways. It's a Segway branded regular scooter.
Oh,
they've expanded.
Gotcha. I didn't know they expanded.
They do. They even have bikes.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the owner and creator of your company takes his own product and drives off a cliff with it, you probably shouldn't be buying it.
Right?
I always thought they'd be fun to try, but I'm not buying one. You know what I mean? I'm not buying a scooter as an adult either. I'll buy an electric bicycle, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Anything to not have to exercise.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Take all the work out of it.
But anyway, so these 9-bot Max G30P and Max G30LP kick scooters, I guess the folding mechanism can fail during use, so the handlebars just fold down. And 20 people have gotten hurt. But listen to this. To add insult to injury, you don't just exchange it for a new working one. They will send you a free maintenance kit, so you have to fix it yourself.
Oh, no, hell no.
So anyway, there's that.
When I lived in downtown Denver, and after so many months of renting the scooters that you can in a downtown metropolitan area, we ended up buying them. Because they were a few $100, and they folded in half just like that. Battery operated, and it was great to have your own. You do save money if you're using them that much in a downtown area. Because I live downtown Denver, so you're not going to drive here or drive there. You just take your scooter.
I see that if you can fold it in half, it's better than even an electric bicycle. Because you got to find somewhere to park.
But if it folded on its own out of nowhere while I'm going 15 miles an hour,
you don't want that.
That's not good at all.
Okay, let me tell you the story about Shelby Houlihan. Back in 2021, she is a record holder, runner, Team USA, Olympics, etc. She is one of our best runners. She was banned from the sport in 2021 for 4 years for testing positive for anabolic steroids, all right? She says, hey, here's what happened. I bought a pork burrito from a Mexican street vendor and it was tainted, and that's why she tested positive for steroids. That's what she claimed. Now, that sounds silly, right? Okay, yeah, good try, but yeah. No! Apparently, it is clearly understood by the World Anti-Doping Agency that eating pork absolutely can lead to a false positive for nandrolone, that certain types of pigs produce it naturally in very high amounts, and it does get passed on via pork products. She did pass a polygraph. She had a hair sample analyzed. It showed zero buildup of this steroid. It is likely that she did test positive because of this burrito.
That's crazy.
It's highly likely. But the Court of Arbitration for the sport banned her anyway for 4 years. It's been a huge topic of discussion here in the running community.
No common sense with them.
Yeah, saying that she did not prove her case. So she had to sit out 2 Olympics. She was 28 when this ban kicked in. She's 32 now. She's freshly out of this ban. She started running again. But she missed 2 Olympics, Tokyo and Paris, over this unfair ban.
Unreal.
Is that nuts?
That's really unfortunate.
Your prime years.
Yeah.
Those are prime running years. So she's 32 years old now. She just finished second place in this World Indoor Championships in China. So she's back at it again. But oh my gosh, it'd be hard not to be bitter, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They take away your best years because of a bad pork burrito. Oh, brother. All right, those are your 3 things.
Hey, Monster Jam's going to be coming to the Shot Friday, April 4th through Sunday, April 6th. You know, it's amazing when you see these coliseums and stuff where they've got a basketball game and they rip up the wood and then they have an ice and they lay it on the ice and then they melt the ice and then they have a concert, so they put the chairs out. But for Monster Jam, shipping in all that dirt and everything and building the mounds and doing all that's got to be crazy. It's going to be a great weekend of shows. Tickets on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. You just mentioned off the air, Kelly. You're like, I love Monster Jam.
I do.
And I would say you say the words Monster Jam, and everyone kind of thinks the same thing. Do you know what that would be, Kelly?
No.
No?
What?
We all know the Monster Jam commercials.
Tickets available at Ticketmaster or Sunny's barbecue locations in Orlando. Sunday. This 4th of July weekend. Be here or be queer.
Wow, okay. They really want you
what
there.
Was that, the 1985 version?
Impressive, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
But
okay,
it's like,
that was unexpected.
it's like every Monster Jam commercial
the Grave Digger
is the same thing. Yeah,
She's got the voice.
She does have the voice, which is perfect for this next game. 800-821-9970. If you want to go to Monster Jam, we've got a 4-pack of tickets. There's 4 shows, Friday at 7 p.m., Saturday at 1 and 7, and Sunday at 1. So 4 opportunities to go see Monster Jam, and this is what we're going to do. Because Kelly does an amazing Monster Jam voice.
Oh, my.
I have taken the description of some pop culture shows and movies, and Kelly is going to give us to them in her Monster Jam voice.
Oh, no. Okay.
And if you can guess what movie or TV show she is describing, then we'll get you hooked up with tickets. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Chris.
Chris. All right, Chris. I have just handed Kelly descriptions of some TV and movies, and she's going to read them to you one at a time in her Monster Jam voice, and you have to tell us what TV show or movies she is describing, okay?
You got it.
All right, Chris, let's set the tone here. I mean, all monster truck commercials start the same, so there we go. Kelly, when you ready?
All right, you ready? In 1940, South Carolina wait, that's more WWE, isn't it?
That is more W. You need a more growl in your voice like you did before.
In 1940, South Carolina.
Yes!
Mill worker Noah Calhoun and rich girl Allie are desperately in love. But her parents don't approve when Noah goes off to serve in World War II. It seems to mark the end of their love affair, but then he comes back and they live happily ever after.
Wow.
Do you have any guess as to what movie that was she was just describing?
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
No.
Good guess. Not quite. Noah and Allie. Ring any bells, Noah and Allie?
Not sure.
No. Thick, any idea?
I have no idea.
No, really? Okay.
Noah and Allie.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
The Notebook.
I've never seen it.
Oh. I was forced to watch it one time.
That's the whole scene when they're in the rain kissing.
Yeah, exactly. You got it, Chris. All right, let's try another one. We'll switch it up. Forget the movies. Let's do TV shows.
Okay.
All right, Chris, do you have kids?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this might work out for you. Let's reset this mood. Let's reset this music. Another monster truck description. Kelly, when are you ready?
All right. Dora, Diego, Boots, and Map go on adventures trying to solve puzzles and mysteries, all while laughing and skipping across the world.
What were their names again?
Dora, Diego, and Boots. Oh, and Map.
Do you have a guess?
I'm guessing Dora the Explorer.
That's good. That's very good. Very good. All right. We're one and one. Let's go for the tiebreaker, Chris. Get this one right. 4-pack of tickets for Monster Jam. Monster Jam commercial description number 3. Kelly, when you're ready, go.
Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La, and Po Frolic. And play all the while the sun baby coos and laughs above them in the sky.
Her voice is going to be gone.
It's gonna be toast.
They all have TVs and their stomachs to watch over children.
Okay, now you just went wicked witchy.
I
for all of a
did.
sudden.
I'm sorry.
Wait, one more time on the names.
Okay. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe.
Poe.
Oh, I called him Poe Frolic.
Yeah, no, they frolic and play.
Frolic and play.
Right. Chris, do you have a guess as to what show she's describing?
I'm going to try this out in my Monster Jam voice. Teletubby.
Hey! Chris, you got a four-pack of tickets for Monster Jam at the Shot Friday, April 4th through Sunday, April 6th. Hang on 1 second. We'll get you hooked up.
Thanks, guys.
Wait, go back to the second one. Who's in that show again?
Dora, Diego, Boots, and Bat.
All right, so it's safe to say that Kelly will not be the new voice of Monster Jam commercials. I'm very sorry.
She should be.
I don't know. We'll have more tickets to give away throughout the week. 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, real quick before we get to not so breaking news, text rolling in after Kelly's monster truck description of TV shows. When I thought I couldn't love Kelly anymore, Kelly Savage. Someone said, I'm weak with a laughing emoji. But then someone said, you have to read this. Why does Kelly sound like Macho Man Randy Savage? So, Kelly, I gave you one more thing to read.
All right.
Go ahead.
You want beef? You want spice? You want spice? Oh, yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim. My voice is dead.
I'm sure it is. It's almost like when Gilbert Godfrey retired from doing the Affleck voice and they found someone else. You could take over.
Okay.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Okay.
All right, let's get to your not-so-breaking news. Your first story coming out of Georgia. If you remember on Friday, there was a 20-year-old woman by the name of Lily Stewart who went viral. She was known as the hot Mugshot Girl because this woman got pulled over for speeding, like reckless driving levels type speeding. And, yeah. She's an attractive 20-year-old sorority girl from the University of Georgia, and so her mugshot was all over the internet.
Big, bright smile.
Big smile, like, oh, you're taking my picture. This is a girl used to taking selfies.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it turns out over the weekend she was arrested yet again.
No.
Yep. And they got another mugshot. Last we checked, it didn't say exactly what she had done, but it happened in Athens, Georgia, where the University of Georgia is. They booked her at 5:26 a.m. She was released on $4,000 bond a few hours later. Here's the problem. Her second mugshot, although still cute, if you will, she looks psycho.
She does. She looks crazy.
I don't know.
Crazy eyes.
I don't know what happened to her eyes, but she looks cray-cray. I don't know. It's not like she's opening her eyes wide, but for some reason, they're very open.
Yeah,
it's very
it's just
strange.
A bizarre look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they gave her direction. Listen, we want you to smile really big, like look like a sorority girl, but like that you may have a few kills in your history.
Yes. Yeah. I would not be surprised if there's a Netflix special about this woman, coming up on the ID channel or something.
She looks unhinged there, and she's just like, she's gorgeous, but she does not look right. That's too funny.
You're going to learn real quick. You may enjoy your 15 minutes of fame now from being the hot mugshot girl, but you start racking up these legal problems, it ain't going to turn out well.
Remember the model mugshot dude?
Mugshot dude, with the chiseled chin and everything.
Yeah.
He went on to a full-blown modeling career and everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
so maybe this will really work out for her. After she gets her alcohol problem
right
sorted out.
If you have traveled, there's a good chance you may have had some sort of issue, whether the plane has a mechanical issue, weather problems, all kinds of reasons for delays or issues when flying. I have never heard of this one before. This happened on Saturday when a United Airlines flight scheduled from Los Angeles to Shanghai was in the air for about 2 hours when the plane had to divert and turn around back to San Francisco before they could find a new crew to take off again because one of the 4 pilots forgot his passport.
Oh my gosh, that is so embarrassing.
I would be so mad.
Oh my gosh, really?
United Airlines gave each one of the passengers a $15 food voucher.
$15?
Yeah, what's that going to get you at the airport? Almost nothing.
Yeah, coffee.
You got to refund. You got to refund people. Just you have to eat the cost there. That is ridiculous.
Now, all in all, after taking off, you turning back, landing, getting the new crew on the plane, and then taking off again, it was only about a 6-hour delay. Which some of us a lot of us have dealt with longer than that for weather or whatever. So, I mean, all in all, 6 hours, not awful. But for something like a forgotten passport, I'd be a little upset.
And that's 6 hours of vacation time.
Yeah,
that's
you should
true.
have been, well on your way.
They won't cut a pilot a break?
That's what I thought, but apparently not.
Man.
Someone said, can't the pilot just stay on the plane for when it returns? But who knows how long the plane was there for?
He may be flying a different plane back.
Might be flying a different plane.
But still, you would think.
Because if you don't get off the plane, you're not going through customs. It's not like anyone's going to check your passport. But
I just think I feel like they would a pilot, they would understand and know he's okay.
Right, you would think. You would think. So I guess rules are rules. And finally, a 24-year-old, and I quote from the article, science nerd may face jail time because he imported some plutonium to add to his collection. Emmanuel Linden will learn his fate after breaching the nuclear non-proliferation laws by shipping samples of radioactive materials to his parents' suburban home. Here's the deal. He wants to collect all of the elements of the periodic table. And he was able to find a small piece of plutonium, and he wanted it shipped to his house.
Wow.
But you can't do that. And I don't know what's going on here. Who wants to collect all the elements of the periodic table? Now, they say he's just really into science, and this is what he lives for. But to me, that sounds like the beginning of a supervillain origin story.
It really does. It starts out as an innocent collection. But ends up...
But you find out once you get every element in the same room, it's like the Infinity Stones, and you turn into Captain Planet because you have control of all the periodic elements.
Or how about this? How long does it take someone to die from ingesting each of the elements on the periodic table?
Some of them are pretty quick.
Like arsenic, that's quick.
That's going to be quick.
Plutonium, quick.
Yeah.
But what about, like, I don't know.
Well, we ingest oxygen, literally for life, so...
But if you really... I don't know. I'm thinking of something that's going to be a great horror movie. I like my idea. I really do. I like my idea.
Well, look into it a little more.
We know nitrogen will do it.
How about the Q-36 explosive space modulator?
Excuse me?
The Marvin the Martian. Bugs Bunny.
Oh, is that on the periodic table? The only other option, though, if you're getting plutonium...
What about neon? You'll just be, like, bright. Just shining
Neon Man?
out there. Okay.
And you'll just be the supervillain. You'll just have the neon-colored stuff. The only other thing I can think of is he has already built the flux capacitor, and now he just needs the plutonium to make it work to be able to reach 88 miles per hour in his DeLorean. Because that's the only way you can get 1.21 gigawatts.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. That's your not-so-breaking news. Yes, this would normally where we would be the Blitz Rock Rundown. Tessa's on vacation, so we're going to let her do her baby when she comes back, which will be next week. So we'll have the Blitz Rock Rundown returning next week. So to fill in the time, I thought of something I wanted to talk about because it happened over the weekend where, fill in the question, if blank, then blank. If someone you know does something, says something, acts in a certain way, then you know what's going on. And I'll give you an example because yesterday on my trips home, back to Detroit on the weekend. On Sunday mornings, I get up and I do some prep. I'll make some meals that I can bring with me for lunches and breakfasts and things like that. So I'm in the kitchen. I'm doing all the things. I got all the burners going because I got the breakfast food here and the skillets going, the bacon, the noodle pots going. And then Nora's enjoying her coffee in the living room, which is it's open, open floor plan. I can see into the living room. And I hear some words that are very familiar to me because it's from the movie Silver Linings Playbook with Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. And heavily involved with, like, the Eagles and really good movie. Good movie. But I know for a fact if that movie comes on, Nora's going through something emotionally. It's her emotional release movie. That she watches.
She needs to cry, and this is going to get her.
That's going to do it.
Gotcha.
And the second I about 3 minutes, I'm like, don't turn around. Don't just let her. You
had to do it.
Turn around. I'm like, and my words were, "What's wrong?" And she goes, "What?" And I just go, "Silver Linings Playbook." And then she goes, "Nothing's wrong. I'm really sad you're leaving today. This is going to be another week. And for some reason, Guys, I'm feeling very emotional today. And she let it all out, and I went and sit and held her for a minute, But I know if Silver Linings Playbook is on, then Nora's going through something emotional.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. So I want you to fill in the blank. 800-821-9970. If blank, then blank. And it could be something funny. It could be something emotional. It could be something angry. I don't know. But if this happens, if your significant other, your mother, your father, your brother, your friend does something, then you know this is the reason, or you know this is going to be the result. Can you think of one, Thick?
Yes.
What do you got?
So my wife, Heather, loves to read novels, and she sits in this specific recliner in our house when she reads. If Heather gets up and moves to the couch to read her novel, Heather's going to take a nap.
She's like, the book's just going to put me to sleep?
Yep.
No, this is the nap spot. Not going to fall asleep in the recliner.
No, she's reading in the recliner. She will not. But when she moves to that couch, I think she's intending to read herself to sleep.
Okay.
That'd be so weird to read yourself to sleep.
Oh, everybody. People do it all the time.
Oh, my gosh, I do it every night.
Yeah, all the time.
Every single night.
So you're holding the book and you're reading and you're just kind of dozing off and then...
And then next time you pick up where you fell asleep.
Huh. As someone who doesn't read, I would not know that.
I don't read novels either.
I read novels, yeah. Kelly, you got one?
Well, I do. My sister, Chris, she hates to ask for favors. She always feels like she's really, really putting you out, and it's like the most horrendous acrobatic feat to get to what the actual favor is. Because she goes through a long list of caveats. Like, I know you're busy. It's totally okay if you can't. It's not a big deal at all. I know this is last minute. It's okay, but I hate to ask you. I'm telling. So I know when to cut to the chase now, and it's usually involving letting her dog out, which is so easy for me. It's like not a problem, but she hates to ask. So as soon as she goes, listen, it's totally okay. I go, do you need me to let June out? Like, I just cut her off because it's so hard for her to ask. I can't bear to watch her like painfully get through all the disclaimers before she asks. So yeah,
that's great. 800-821-9970. You can choose the text if you want 99700. If blank, then blank. All right, we're playing a little game of if then. If this happens, then you know what's coming next or why it's happening. Because yesterday, while doing my meal prep in the morning, I heard the movie Silver Linings Playbook in the background on the TV, and I knew instantly Nora's in some sort of emotional state because that is her emotional support movie. So I knew that I had to go on the couch, and she was going to cry for a little bit.
Yeah.
Get it out, and it happens.
Aww.
So we wanted to know if this person does this, then you know the reason why, or you know what the outcome is going to be. We got a few. Katrina says, growing up, if my dad said put on the bib overalls, we were working in the garden that afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
You knew it was coming.
Yep.
Because those were the work in the garden clothes. Steve says, if Sleep Token is playing, then I'm getting lucky later.
No, I'm going to sleep.
Good for you. Good for you. Josh says, if my dad says don't play with these knives, then he's already cut himself with one.
Oh, no.
If that isn't a dad thing, you're like, oh, ow.
Chuck says if his mom ends a sentence with saying the word period, you do not say anything back. That's it. End of conversation.
That's the end all be
period.
all.
Yeah.
Danielle said if my best friend calls instead of texting, then someone has died or something very serious has happened.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, because pretty much everyone talks through text messages now. And I've done that before, where you see a number, and it's like you pick up with who died.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, you
What's
just
wrong?
know something bad has happened. 800-821-9970 or 99700. I'm trying to think if I have one. Like, if I do something... Can you reflect back, Kelly? Can you think of one you might have?
I think I have probably a conversational tell when I'm getting ready to ask, like, can we maybe do something with my family or something to Charlie?
Okay.
I'm like, hey, I'll just be kind of like, hunt. Now, all right. If next Saturday, if we aren't doing anything.
Right.
My sister, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think I have maybe a stilted conversational tell.
I do have one. If we're at home, or maybe, you know what? No, if we're like out and about, let's say it's like a Saturday afternoon and we went to grab like an appetizer and a cocktail somewhere and we're just chilling. I look at Nora and I go, hey, I got a bad idea. We're going to the casino.
That's it. Say no more.
She goes, you want bonus, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, I want bonus. So it's always
bad idea.
Hey, I got a bad idea.
That's it.
That's it.
We go to the casino.
That's good.
Sure. If you've got one, 800-821-9970 or 99-700. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Young people who consume marijuana are more likely to have a heart attack. A new study found that people under the age of 50 who consume marijuana are more than 6 times more likely to experience a heart attack than non-marijuana users. The study also shows that young marijuana users are more likely to experience heart failure and an ischemic stroke. I don't know. I'm just passing on the information, folks. You do with that what you will.
So older people are no risk?
Yeah. If you're over the age of 50, you're good, I guess.
Why are my left fingers tingling? Actually, I was driving home from Detroit yesterday. I had stopped real quick and got like I got one of my favorite snacks. The 6-piece chicken nugget Happy Meal at McDonald's is like one of my favorite snacks because it's not like a lot of food, but it's like just enough food.
Yeah, good protein. It'll get you through the rest of the drive. I love it.
But I ate it, and like 10 minutes later, my heart was. I was like, I gotta lay off the fatty foods. I think I've got some clogged arteries here. Something's going on. I gotta lay off.
Felt it.
I felt it.
Felt things slowing down.
Yeah.
And the old carotid artery.
Like it was working hard.
It's like, buddy, we're trying here. We're trying.
Give us a break, man.
Can I just throw in there moderation, folks? If you abuse the hell out of something, it's going to be bad for you.
Everything in moderation.
Yes, everything in moderation.
Tiger Woods has confirmed he's dating Vanessa Trump. He posted a couple pictures to his ex account, including one where the two are real cuddled up. And he posted, quote, "Love is in the air and life is better with you by my side. We look forward to our journey through life together." Aww.
He just wants to get onto Trump's golf courses.
Oh, could be. And then he asked for privacy and basically said, would you quit badgering our close friends and family about us? Stop it.
Come on.
So if you don't know, Vanessa Trump is Don Jr.'s ex-wife. They got divorced in like 2018, but she's also the mom of Kai, the cutest little girl. She spoke, I think, at the Republican National Convention.
Oh, yeah, I remember
She is a senior in high school, and this girl can golf. So can you imagine how stoked she is that her mom is dating Tiger Woods?
Right?
I mean, that's a get. That is a get.
Tiger woo.
Tiger woo. All right, let me ask you about this Godsmack thing. I read on Blabbermouth that they just kicked off their 2025 European tour on Saturday night in Bulgaria. And Shannon Larkin, their founding drummer, Shannon Larkin, and founding guitarist, Tony Rombola, were not there. They were replaced by Will Hunt on drums. He played for Evanescence, and Sam Bam Colton, who plays for Dorothy, Faster Pussycat, etc. So anyway, this rock radio station was like, hey, can you tell us what's going on with Godsmack? And I guess he kind of laughed and said, well, it's kind of a tricky question to answer right now. He said the band this was the day before the concert. He said there's definitely been some changes that have happened. We don't know if they're permanent changes. We don't know if they're temporary. But all I can tell you right now is that everyone's in good health. Everyone's in good spirits. Tony and Shannon have some personal things going on, so they're not with us. So we have a couple of great guest musicians, blah, blah, blah. When asked, hey, well, then what's going on with Tony and Shannon? He's like, I don't know. He kept saying that over and over again. He's like, I don't know if I feel safe talking about that yet because I don't want to give anyone the wrong impression. But right now, we're still at a stage where we're trying to figure out exactly what's happening. So it sounds like there may be some issues here with 2 founding members of Godsmack. Like, don't know if they'll return on the tour or not. But for now, they're off the tour, and they've got something private going on, whether it's an issue with...
They either want to rework the contract somehow, when it comes to like money, whether it's touring, album, split, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Or Sully's gotten a really big head and they can't take the pre-Madonna stuff anymore.
Well, he's had that for a very long time.
And they finally had
You
enough
think they're
of it.
sick of it? They're done with
yeah.
Sully. Because he was really hedging. He was not saying what was going on. And there was obviously something. He wouldn't say, like, oh, they're just dealing with some health issues or they need to be with their family right now. No. He was like, well, I don't know what's really going on. I'm not sure. I don't know.
They need to have a Queen meeting. Like they did in the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, where they need to sit down and be like, this is what we want. This has got to stop.
Right. Well, back in the fall, Sully announced that they weren't going to make any more new music. They were just going to continue to tour on their catalog.
Yeah.
The catalog was enough. They didn't need to make more new albums, and I'm wondering if maybe that has something to do with it, because if I'm in a band and all of a sudden the band says, we're not going to make any more new music, I may want to think about going somewhere else. I don't know.
But
Depends on what I'm into.
Hang in there with the tour and make the tour money.
Yeah,
right?
But again, that's why I think it's more about they're sick of Sully, because if they say we're not going to make any more new music, that means the band's going on hiatus. We're going to tour with these new musicians. So
you pay them less
and pay right. Just saying.
Oh,
well. It's
well.
unfortunate because they did a great job. I mean, I saw them years ago. They're amazing. They do a great job live.
I love them. Yeah.
Would love to see and then I'm sure we'll get like a reunion tour when they're all back.
When they all make up and decide
the original lineup.
They're like, it's more expensive to live without touring, being a touring musician than I thought.
Yep,
Let's get back together. All right. Well, those are your three things.
All right, let's play a little round of Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
I've got two stories here.
All right.
And I want you to tell me who's dumb and who's dumber. First story coming out of Ottawa, Canada, where two men pulled into a fast food restaurant. But they went right to the drive-up window. They didn't stop at the speaker. They went right to the drive-up window, and they demanded to place an order. But the restaurant told them, no, we can't serve you. You have to go to the speaker. They're like, no, we're not leaving. Take our order and give us our food. And after a certain amount of time, that's when the restaurant told them, look, we're going to call the police. And they said, fine, call the police. We don't care. Well, they did. They called the police. Well, after a short investigation, when the police pulled up and found that the two men had a handwritten cardboard license plate on their car.
Wow.
They, of course, conducted a search where it was found that the men had quantities of illegal drugs, a replica firearm, and other drug-related material. If you know that you have 23 grams of cocaine, 37 pills of MDMA, a replica firearm, and other drug-related gear, you probably should leave when the fast food restaurant tells you we're going to call the police.
You are so dumb.
Why would you not leave?
Because you're
you
so dumb.
know the police are going to show up. You know what you have in your car. You know you're getting arrested. The second they try and run your handwritten cardboard license plate, you're going to be in trouble.
This is going to be hard to top.
That's pretty dumb. However, is it as dumb as this company on Etsy, or I should say this T-shirt maker on Etsy, who decided, you know what, I'm going to have a little side hustle. I'm going to sell some T-shirts, which a lot of people do.
Sure.
Come up with some fun designs. Yeah. I like looking at places like that because you can see some fun designs and ideas that you don't see mass-produced in the stores and stuff.
Yes.
However, I don't know if this was a good idea. Let me start by telling you, it was a Garfield-themed T-shirt. We all remember Garfield, the cartoon cat.
Lasagna lover.
Who loves lasagna, absolutely. Well, they decided to make a T-shirt that had Garfield with his arms stretched out and his legs together, flying through the air, kind of like an airplane, if you would. Okay. A Garfield airplane. And he's flying towards 2 pans of lasagna. However, the 2 pans of lasagna are standing straight up, more of an elongated way. And the shirt says, I'll take 911 orders of lasagna.
Oh, no.
You've got a Garfield airplane flying towards 2 towers of lasagna.
What the hell?
Saying, I'll take 911 orders of lasagna. Why would you think that would be a good idea?
Okay, I'm going to guess that there were, I don't know how few, but somebody bought bought it just to buy it, but it's such horrible taste.
Terrible taste.
Worst taste. But I'm going to say the other guys are dumber. That is horrible taste, but the other guys are dumber. Yes.
I think I'll agree with you on that one.
You are so dumb.
There you go.
You are really dumb. For real.
99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up this morning. Think you and I are both football fans. In fact, I think it would rank like number one in terms of watching sports.
Oh, huge.
And how many times have you watched a replay and something happens to your team and the officials miss it and you get so mad, especially when it comes to like a face mask? You're like, he grabbed his face mask!
Oh, yeah.
Happens all the time.
All the time.
We get so aggravated over it. I heard a description one time. They interviewed an NFL ref, and they said, what's it like reffing an NFL game? He goes, stand on one side of the railroad tracks while a train is passing by and tell me what's going on the other side of the railroad tracks.
And he's absolutely right, which is why they need to fix things.
But fix it how?
Well, I have lots of suggestions. One, I think you put multiple refs in a booth where each one of them is watching a screen. So they get the good view.
Okay.
Because the game is so fast.
Yeah?
It is hard for the human eye to pick up everything, but if you had enough of them watching specifically one area, and that's what they're glued to, I think that could help.
But then
and they
you would
can
have to
certainly
have,
afford it.
You would have to have special cameras just zoomed in on different areas.
Yeah.
To
And
watch.
then you'd still have some refs on the field because guys got to spot the ball, they got to mark stuff off, all that. But you need guys specifically watching.
Well, up until 1962, it was legal to face mask and just grab someone and throw them down to the ground.
Oh, did they have face masks?
That's when they started. I mean, that was, or maybe by the face. Yeah, did they have the face mask on?
Yeah,
the
by
helmet?
62. Yeah. I think it might have just been one bar,
right?
Maybe two at most.
Face mask wasn't illegal in the NFL until 1962. Chumbawamba. We all know Chumbawamba. They're one-hit wonders, and their giant hit, Tub Thumping, came out in 1997. Well, before this song and before they got popular as like a pop band singing stuff like this, they were actually an anarchist and politically charged punk band.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. They were more like a heavy Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, really?
Than they were before they became a pop band. And then you get this.
I knew nothing about them other than this song.
No, absolutely.
Ever. I still know nothing about them other than this
drink,
song.
you drink some vodka drink. You drink some lager drink. You drink some cider drink. Yeah. I mean, this is like the song, this is the 90s version of Walking on Sunshine.
Yep.
Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves.
Yep.
You can't help but kind of bounce and smile. Yeah, there you go. When Pixar was editing Toy Story 2, someone managed to accidentally delete a huge chunk of the movie. However, they miraculously found a backup of what they deleted because an employee on maternity leave had saved it so she could work on it at home.
Oh, that was nice.
So she had the chunk of movie that they had deleted. That'd have been the worst to have to go back and redo that whole thing. Yeah. The first EP to ever reach number one on the Billboard 200 was Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains in 1994. Only 7 tracks on the EP, but actually now it kind of feels more like a greatest hits album. Nutshell, No Excuses, I Stay Away.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's much more common now for EPs to do it. 15 EPs have hit number one since then in the past 20 years. But that was the first one to ever do it.
Really?
Yeah. And finally, if you've got a $1 bill in your pocket or in your wallet or in your purse right now, you are also carrying around about 3,000 different types of bacteria.
Yeah,
the
money's
average
dirty, man.
$1 bill has about 3,000 different types of bacteria on it.
And a little cocaine resin here and there.
Most likely. And if you're lucky, some stripper glitter as well. There you go, learning some stuff on a Monday morning. 99.7 The Blitz.